6 years I've been in the city, and every night dream of the sea. They say home is where you find it. Will this place ever satisfy me? For I come from the salt water people. We always live by the sea. And I'm down here living in the city with my man and a family. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. In the evening the dry wind blows from the hills and across the plains. I close my eyes and I'm standing in a boat on the sea again. And I'm holding that long turtle spear. Feel I'm close now to where it must be. My island home is waiting for me. For I come from the salt water people. We always live by the sea. Now I'm down here living in the city with my man and family. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me. My island home, my island home, my island home is waiting for me.
For the first time on live TV, we have the acoustic duo Beyond Jeddah. This is amazing. Now, usually I start off the show by saying what a way to start the early AM than looking at my face. But I think you just beat me at that. Your music is like, I mean, just you two together just makes me want to cry in a good way.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka, by the way.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Jason, do I see tears in your eyes right now?
What? No.
Because I am. Literally, I can see it.
I have no idea
Not
what
even
you're talking
kidding
about. All right, so Susan Waldron and Ed Archibald.
Good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
How's the morning been so far?
Great. Very good. Great to be here.
You're a morning person or not?
Not often, no. But we've got a few kids, so we often have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you know we're used to it. Just not always very.
Tell me about it, Ed. Kids,
yeah.
right?
I know. How are you finding it?
Let's not get into that.
All right, so you two are this amazing duo, which for the first time in my life I've heard together, and first time playing on TV, on live TV.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
That's right. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I guess we've both played a lot of music in our lives and played in different arrangements and haven't actually played together on TV. So it's great.
I was just watching you two perform, right? The way y'all were looking at your eyes, so much of emotion, so much of love. Fact is, they're married. Beautiful couple. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It just gets better.
Just gets better. It must have been a roller coaster ride just to find the both of you to each other, and then doing something as great as this. I mean, a little bit of How I Met Your Mother there. Yeah.
Everything with How I Met Your Mother. How many times with that TV show?
This is the first time I mentioned it, buddy.
Okay.
First time.
Fine.
But
Fine.
it is. I mean, it's so much of destiny there. I think I want to ask you, how did you meet?
You can tell the story.
Yeah.
I might get in trouble for telling the story,
That's
but
fine.
the truth is that I tried to set him up with my sister.
Whoa.
The plot thickens.
Okay.
It's a long time ago, and hopefully she's forgiven me for deciding that actually I liked him myself.
Okay.
So that was about 15 years ago? Yeah, 13, 14 years ago. We got married about 10 years ago.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
You're an
But
inspiration.
I think the music was something that was always, I'm sure that it appealed to me about you.
I can't remember when we first knew that we both played music.
Yeah, I can remember. So I remember you had my guitar, and you were playing that Tracy Chapman song, and I thought, God, she can. And actually, I knew she could sing. Actually, a mate of mine had you'd sung at a wedding, I think, that I'd been to. So I'd seen you, so I knew you could sing really well, and you had an amazing voice. So maybe I knew that
very
about
flattering.
you. Yeah. So maybe I knew that about you before.
It's exactly like How I Met Your Mother.
Oh my God! Again with the How
He
I Met Your Mother.
meets the mother at a wedding. Okay,
All right.
awesome.
So wait, Beyond Jetta.
cool.
Now this is a duo that you two formed together, obviously. And what's up with the name? I'm really confused. It's a really cool name, Beyond Jetta, because I've never heard that.
They were about to tell me the story, but then I just wanted to pause because I want to, kind of learn how the name came up with the audience. They're going to be surprised.
Well, they're half
right now.
asleep. They're just not even waking up.
Good morning, Sri Lanka. Come on, get up. All right, over to you.
So, before we got married, we never had a honeymoon. So we had a holiday before we got married, which we called the Mooney Hun, because it was the other way around. And we went on a road trip in Canada, where we just went camping for a couple of months.
Okay.
And we bought a car, clapped out old Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta, and we had a great trip. And when we made this band, we thought about that was one life, and this is that was our kind of Jetta life,
Right.
and this is our life beyond Jetta.
But it also has I guess, a connotation of that, time we spent together, doing things we love in the outdoors, freedom, nature, things that connect us, I guess.
Right. So would you say, like, whenever you two perform or play music, it just takes you back to Canada, the memories you guys had there?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know what you'd say. I'd say it has whenever we play together, there's a connection between us that we might have also had that connection before we had kids on this road trip for a couple of months, going up to the Arctic Circle and stuff. So it's a similar sort of, I guess, a feeling and connection.
Yeah, you're focused on each other and you forget about everything else around you.
All right. So wait, did the name come first, or did the band itself form together? How did it first come together? Anyways, like, was he playing randomly someday and just came and sat next to him and started singing?
I think he begged me enough times to come and sing with him, because he played for years and years. And then eventually we decided, every now and then we sing together, and then we thought, hey, we've actually got quite a few songs. And
Right. Now that we heard Susan's part of the story, Ed, what's your story? What's your side of the story sound like?
Oh, how we met? No, very similar. Except,
don't want to get him in trouble.
Yeah, again.
Repetition for emphasis.
Yeah, no, like I'd had seen her, I'd met her a couple of times through university, and I always thought she was pretty amazing. But I think she didn't really think much of me, and so it wasn't until
he had a bad haircut.
Yeah.
So wait, you guys do look at our hair? Gosh, I didn't know girls look at
So it wasn't until about 25 that maybe I'd, in her eyes, matured enough or cut my hair, and that's the time that we were able to, maybe we're both in the right place at the right time in the right time of our lives, and just went from there.
All right, do you guys have like because you two are like the perfect musical couple that I would look up to for inspiration. Or do you guys have like your own song, that one song that you love to play together, that say, hey hon, let's play our song?
I don't know, do we or not? I'm not sure if there is.
Yes, I think we
There is?
do.
Oh, which one?
Probably the song we played at our wedding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we've got one song. We've got a couple of songs maybe, and maybe there is one song, but it's maybe not good for morning television.
Before the show started, we were just talking about how you treat this talent, I would say, as a hobby rather than a full-time profession. How do you actually come to that conclusion that this is just something that you want to do for fun, and why not take that extra leap of faith and do it professionally?
Well, to be honest, I don't know what you think. I admire artists who be musicians or painters or actors or poets or authors who will do that for a profession and have the courage to be able to do that, because everyone knows that a lot of those jobs can be extremely hard work, and aren't necessarily something that's going to be predictable and sustainable for forever. So we've both got our own careers that we do love in their own right, and I don't know, I think it'd be great to have become a musician and to do that for a profession, but maybe I don't have enough courage to be able to do that. I just enjoy doing it as a hobby, and also doing it as a hobby for me means that I'm always going to enjoy it, and if I don't ever want to sing a song or play the guitar, I don't have to do it.
Okay.
So I've often thought that about that being an artist.
Yeah.
Well,
If something
can become a job.
If you do it professionally, then it's your job, and does it lose part of the enjoyment?
Right.
There is a risk of losing the passion if you...
Yeah, I guess, friends of mine who are actors, and I hear them talking about, I've got a job for 8 months doing Shakespeare in London or whatever. And it was amazing for me to hear them say it's a job, it's work. Because, I used to act and I used to think, oh, great, you're in a play. But for them, the word they used was job. I've got work. And to me, that almost immediately lost that special something that went with performing.
So, in line with passion, you do a lot of covers as well. We were just talking about the Adele covers that you did and the Gautier covers. We're going to hear a little bit of that maybe towards the mid.
But I'm so curious. Before, when the show was, when it begun, you sang this song about Island in the Sun?
Home. My Island Home.
My Island Home.
Yeah.
And really, I've never heard that song in my life, but it sounds really amazing. Now, that's a cover as well. And what is that song all about?
Do you want to tell the story?
Well, it speaks a lot to a Sri Lankan, because we live in an island.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
right.
It is, but it's about an island. It's an Australian song, but I don't think it's actually about the island of Australia, because Australia is obviously a big island. It's an island as well, but a big one. But I think the song is written by a woman who's from Northern Australia, an Indigenous woman living on an island off the Northern Territory, so right at the top of Australia. I think it's about her coming down to live in Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane or something like that, and the connection that she feels to her island home, the island where she grew up. I guess about that connection she feels to both places and where she feels most happy.
And I love that song.
Beautiful, yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to hear
I'm surprised that I actually haven't heard that before.
So it was sung at the closing ceremony of the Sydney Olympics.
Yeah, but I mean, if you listen to what's trending in you would know that it was played at the Sydney Olympics.
My bad, Jason, I'm sorry.
So Sydney
for me, I guess I only mention that because for me, well, for Australians, the Sydney Olympics I think often has a pretty special significance, and so for me, the combination of that song being about and us living away from home.
2000, yeah?
2000,
well, it's important for us as well because we won our silver medal. We won our first silver medal for a women's team that was, Susantika Jayasinghe.
Yeah, totally.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I totally knew that.
I think you were a kid then, man. A little kid maybe. But getting back on track, you do write original songs as well and you compose it yourself. How has that process been so far? Susan?
Most of the songs we've written have been, we've had the inspiration from an event that's been with friends of ours, usually close friends, and there's been something that we've wanted to say to them, but we didn't have the guts or the courage to say it, to tell them face to face. So instead we wrote a song about it. And
then you sang it to her.
And then, sang them the song and hope that they got the message within the song.
So did they get the right to praise it? Did they decode the message?
I can't remember. I wrote a song for our wedding.
Yes.
So there are some songs that we've written that are either we've written together or I've written for you or something. There are a couple of songs I think that I can think of. And
sometimes write songs just for fun, like as a joke.
Yeah. So a combination of things, I think. But certainly it's something I'd like to do more of. If we had a bit more time not working or not looking after the kids, it'd be great to do a bit more of that as well. So.
Hey Ed, since you mentioned you did write a song for your wedding and you did perform a song by yourself, do you remember what that song was?
I haven't played it for a long time, so I don't know if I'd be able to.
I was trying to trick him into kind of playing it now, but totally didn't work out.
Maybe after the break.
We're going to a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more of the Beyond Jeddah. Beyond Jeddah.